When I think about whether or not I'm ultimately happy, the answer is certainly no. I'm not. Many people, they yearn for a romantic relationship. They yearn for material things. And for me, all I want is a career, I don't think that I've established a career. As a matter of fact, I know, like, I'm in my 30s now and I haven't established a career. I've worked jobs. I've worked jobs over the years. Some I stayed for 2 years, some I was there for years, some a year and a half, some 6 months. My educational background allows me to send out resumes that people pick up and call me in for interviews. I get hired, I work these jobs, but I've not established a career. And it's not that I haven't tried to. My friends, a lot of people say, like, Zem, your mistake was when you stopped creating content for online. But I think it becomes frustrating for anyone who, after 3, 4, and 5 years of putting out material and content, you still feel yourself in a rut. And you don't feel like you're moving forward and opportunities are not being presented to you. So it does become frustrating. It's difficult, regardless of all the inspirational quotes and things that people post on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I mean, it's very, very daunting to be in my position. Someone who has had opportunities where I've pitched programs to executive producers at different networks. I've, aligned myself with certain reality stars that were in positions to launch programs and things, and it's very tough when you are someone who you feel like you have a great idea. You're trying to be creative, you're trying to create this platform for yourself and for others, and then you're constantly being told no. You're constantly being told that there's no audience for your work. No one's going to want to advertise for this material. I mean, I at this point don't know what else to do. I really don't. I think that's why I, for whatever reason, felt like I would go back to school and just get my master's degree. But I mean, my friend Jamal was right. It's like, once I do that, then what? It's just, I never thought that at this point in my life I would still be questioning what my purpose on earth is. And that's where I am. I'm constantly questioning what my purpose here on earth is, what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. Because nothing that I do anymore feels right. I haven't been able to sit in front of this camera and record a video in almost a year. The last time I released anything was October 2012. And it's not because I don't want to, but because the passion doesn't exist. So I've prayed and I've asked God, like, I've been doing this for 3 years now. I've asked God to send me a mentor or like a life coach, someone to inspire me, because I'm always the one, I think, who always is trying to keep everyone else afloat. And meanwhile, I'm always feeling like I'm drowning. And so when I go out to people's parties and events and things, I'm always there for an hour before I feel like, why am I even here? Because I hate all the time having to wear a smile and pretending that I'm okay when I'm not. Like, I'm just desperately not. And it's because if you wake up every single day, and every single day of your life you are searching for answers, and you're praying and you're asking God to please deliver me from this space that I'm in, like, I practically get on my knees and beg for an opportunity, anything, to kind of get me out of this space. On screen or off, I've always wanted, probably since the age of 18, to write, to direct, to produce. Then finding myself on YouTube 5 years ago, back in 2008, sort of then allowed me an opportunity to see that, oh, I could also be an on-air personality of sorts, you know what I mean? Educating and entertaining the masses. So he said to me, like, I don't understand why you would be going to school to get your master's degree in social work or clinical psychology, because that's so far off from everything that you've always said you wanted to do. And you know, I said to him, basically, I'm at a point in my life now where I no longer feel like my dreams are going to come true. And since I've been praying and putting myself out into the universe for the past 5 years online, and you know, it doesn't seem as though I'm moving forward in that direction, that I should just, I guess, take the safe approach and go and get my master's degree. And I don't think, or not even that I don't think, I know for a fact that the only reason why I am choosing to do so is because now that I'm in my 30s, and when I started really presenting myself publicly, I was still in my 20s. Now being in my 30s, there's a fear that exists with me that didn't exist before. You know, there's this fear that before I know it, I'll look up and I'll be 40 years old and I will have not accomplished anything. You know, I want to give other people a platform to express their stories. I mean, I can't tell you how many individuals have shared their stories, their lives, their tales, and their struggles with me. And I just somehow, there are certain people who I just know for a fact that if I were given an opportunity to put them in front of the world, that their lives could really influence and change the way that other people look at themselves and think about themselves and live their lives. You know what I mean? I want to have that executive producer title, and then the authority that comes with that. I want to, you know, I want to be a voice that changes worldview, and if not changes worldview, at least inspires people to think beyond the boxes that we've all been placed in. I can't do that, or I don't feel like I have the opportunity to do that. And the reason why is because literally we live in a day and age where everyone has a YouTube channel, everyone has, or www, a worldwide website, everyone has access to Facebook, everyone has Instagram, everyone has Twitter, like everyone has the same exact outlet. And it's a very crowded and cluttered space, and I do feel like my voice has gotten lost in that, and diluted by it all. I do. So it's very tough for me to feel the passion and desire to want to use any of that to continue to forge forward, because I've done it. I don't think oftentimes that life is fair to many of us, because when we're growing up, especially for me, you know, I was told that for as long as I continued to excel in school, then went to college and got a degree, that ultimately that would allow me an opportunity to do whatever in life it is that I wanted to do. For as long as I, you know, remained a positive person and didn't commit crimes in society, and I, you know, gave parts of myself and pieces of myself to others, that, you know, I would be blessed and opportunities would be presented to me, and I would then, you know, live a fulfilling life. And unfortunately, at this point in time, like, you know, I'm in my 30s and I don't feel successful at all. 2.5 years ago, I went back into corporate America, you know, because I felt like with all the YouTube videos I was recording and the blogging I was doing online, that it wasn't, financially, I still wasn't able to take care of myself, you know, like I had been used to up until that point in time. So I went back into corporate America, and yeah, you know, I repaired my credit and got everything back to the way it was prior to, you know, me igniting my online platform. But now it's 2.5 years later, and even though financially, I guess certain things may feel aligned, I'm not content. I don't feel fulfilled. It frustrates me when people say, well, you have your family, your mother and father are still alive, your grandmothers are still alive, you have your health, you have a roof over your head. And though, yes, I'm completely grateful for those elements, because I do realize that there are millions of other individuals who don't have those elements situated in their lives. I can't help but to still feel a sense of emptiness. How much can one endure? How much can one person take? I understand the idea of you don't give up, you keep pushing yourself forward, but for how long? And it's crazy because we don't have a concrete answer. We don't know when we're supposed to move. I do realize that God moves on God's time. We hear all of that, but it's like when you're in your 30s, it's kind of like there's safety in some type of concrete answer, and sometimes you have to release control. You have to give that control up instead of trying to detail every aspect of your life. But when you stop and you're no longer trying, or you're no longer making decisions, the scary part is that if I don't make a concrete decision, if I don't make a move, if I don't choose, then everything stands still. So I guess it's for me, I don't know in what direction I'm supposed to be going anymore. I no longer know what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, because everything that I've tried to do, for the most part, I wouldn't say has failed, but it hasn't moved me beyond my present circumstances. And I'm tired. I'm really frustrated, and I'm tired. And I'm tired of always having to be strong and always having to sort of sit back and watch other people seem to get to points in their life that they want to be, and meanwhile I'm contemplating what it is that I'm doing or not doing that isn't allowing me to move. It's just, I guess I don't know any longer where it is that I'm supposed to be, and I need answers. I can't just continue to wake up every single day and live and move without direction. It's like I'm standing in the middle of nowhere without a compass, without a map, without any type of cardinal direction, and I'm tired of feeling like there's no end to this. Like I'm just gonna continue to walk and go forward and walk and go forward, and then it's not leading to anywhere concrete. That's a very frustrating feeling.